Welcome back. I'm Jill with the carefreekitchen.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a sweet potato casserole with a pecan strudel topping. And this sweet potato casserole is a must for your holiday dinner. It's made with fresh sweet potatoes and an easy strudel topping made with pecans, brown sugar, and butter. Okay, so to get started on this recipe, these are the ingredients that you're going to need. Okay, we have just a few sweet potatoes. You can use 3 or 4 of those. And then we're actually gonna add just a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of butter, some brown sugar, a couple eggs, some milk, and then for the strudel topping, we're also gonna be using a little bit of brown sugar, and then some cornstarch, some pecans, and then again, a little bit of butter. Okay, but before we get started, we are going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. All right, so to get started on this recipe, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel these potatoes, and we're going to boil them until they're tender and soft to get them ready for our potato casserole. And I like to just use a regular potato peeler. We're just gonna get the peel off of it real quick. Okay, and then I'm going to just slice off the ends here, and I want to cut my potatoes into about 1-inch chunks. So this is also a great recipe you can make ahead of time. So for the holidays, you can make it a day or 2 ahead of time, and it's still gonna taste great. If you do that though, I would make the strudel and just put it like in a little baggie and then set it in the fridge, and then you can just add the strudel on top and then bake it when you're ready for it. Okay, so we're gonna go about like that, just 1-inch cubes. Okay, and now we'll just put all this in here. Okay, now you're gonna wanna get a pot boiling with some water, and then add in your sweet potatoes. And I like to salt my water just like I do for my regular potatoes. Here we go. And we're gonna boil these for about 15 minutes or until they are soft and tender. While my sweet potatoes are cooking, I'm gonna get started on the pecan strudel topping. And for that, I need 1 cup of sugar. And then I'm gonna add that to my bowl here. Okay, here is my butter, and I just need 1/3 of a cup of melted butter. And that is just right. And I need a 1/2 cup of cornstarch. 1, 2. I'm gonna set that aside, and then I need 1 cup of chopped pecans. I'm gonna estimate that's about a cup, and I'll just use my knife and chop those up a little bit. You could also use a food processor for this part. Then I'm going to just put them right in here. Got a little bit of extra, that's all right. And there we go. Okay, now I'm just gonna mix this up. Alrighty, that is just about perfect. It's like nice and fine. It makes such a yummy crumble on top of that sweet potato casserole. Okay, on these sweet potatoes, if I pull one up here, so you want it to be fork tender. See, that's perfect there. It just breaks apart really easily. Okay, those are ready to go. Now just drain all the water off of those. Okay, here are my sweet potatoes. And before I mash it, I'm just gonna go ahead and add 4 tablespoons of butter in there. Okay, and you can leave these as chunky as you'd like, or get them as smooth as you'd like. If you want them fluffy, fluffy smooth, you can use a potato ricer for that. But I like mine to have just a little bit of texture in them, so I'm gonna mash them pretty good, but it's okay if they still have some chunks. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of milk, and you can use regular milk or coconut milk. And then I'm also going to add a half a cup of brown sugar and about a teaspoon and a half of vanilla. Give that a little stir. Okay, and then I'm going to add 2 eggs to this also. Okay, and then we're just going to mash this all together. Now I'm going to spray this with non-stick cooking spray. And then I'm going to add my sweet potatoes to the dish. And now I'm going to add my crumbled topping. And this is just a 9x9 baking dish. Okay, now I'm going to bake in a preheated 350-degree oven for 35 minutes. All right, guys, here is my recipe for a sweet potato casserole with the pecan strudel topping. The sweet potatoes are thick and fluffy and light and have that warm vanilla flavoring, and it's amazing. And then the pecans make this like nice thick caramely crust on top. It's just the perfect combo. All right, now we're gonna try it, see how it tastes. Actually, this pecan topping is one of my favorite things. I feel like I should make a ton of recipes and put this on it. It really is so yummy. Try it and let me know what you think. This is going to rival your grandma's best sweet potato recipe, I promise. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Carefree Kitchen. And as always, there's a printable recipe, and I'll put a link of that down in the description box below. You can get all my recipes on my website at thecarefreekitchen.com. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me here, and I will show you all kinds of fun and easy recipes that your family will love. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.